Here I am, everyone, out in YouTube world, over the world. I'm saying hi to you all. Uh, kind of feel rough today. Uh, I slept really deep. In fact, I dreamt. I had a dream, and it didn't make any sense, but oh well. I've been up for a while, but I made a quality decision about my fake teeth that goes in this mouth, and I decided just to wear the top dentures just for cosmetic reasons. That's bottom line, so I can start feeling better about myself, especially when I'm doing videos. Now it's still going to take a little bit of time to get used to them being in there, and the bottom ones are absolutely useless to me. I am not going to be using these teeth to eat with. And of course now my body is adjusting also to the different style of eating I've been doing the last year or so, and jumping back and forth with it, and till I get a real secure grip on what I'm eating. So that is a quality decision I made about my teeth. Because it's very hard when especially the top teeth, that stops me from, because for whatever reason, my respiratory system is changing, and my body's trying to get rid of all the toxins in my body and stuff through the mucus that comes out. And I can't get it out of my nose like I used to. I have to sniff back that way, blow back that way, and then take it out this way. And that's really hard with my teeth in. So, but anyway, so this is, I'm going to talk about making quality decisions for this body, because it's this body that needs to get us around in this world. It's this body that God has entrusted us with, his home. This is God's home. This is God's temple. And we were told in the self-help book, the scriptures, especially the New Testament, how to help ourselves, how to get in touch with God. And we go within as Jesus. You all know him as Jesus, but way back when, his name was Joshua. So, but the concept of what he was teaching is that we connect with God within us. And it even talks about how God is our temple. I mean, we are God's temple. God lives within us. God made us in his image and likeness, and whatever happened way back when, he put himself in us so that we could communicate with him. If he thought enough of us to put his consciousness in us, which consciousness is, God's consciousness is in every living thing, even in my little dog, except she can't speak. She can think, but only in certain ways, certain realms. We have the capacity to think like an AI, like a computer does today. We have the ability to speak and let God speak through us. And God is love. God wants to speak love out through us. And there's not much of that going on, especially, I'm bringing this up because I once called myself a Christian instead a child of God, and I was taught everything that these Christians are being taught. But there's even so, they're not being taught. They're not reading what they should be reading. That we are God's hands, legs, and feet, and speech, and everything. That we are God's representatives because God is in us, and the only way God can reach out is consciousness. God is consciousness, and God has to have a body, a temple, a way of expressing itself to other people. So God placed its consciousness within us so that we can communicate what it is God's trying to say. First of all, God wants to experience life, and God is experiencing his life, her life, their life, male, feminine, and masculine, through us. And it was made very plain and very clear for us to take care of God's temple. God is up here and in our heart. Our heart and our imagination, our brain, all runs together. And when everything is firing correctly, frequencies, energy, consciousness is relevant throughout our body. And it is our place, because we were given dominion way in the beginning over everything. We've got dominion over this body that God, Source, the Creator, male and female, placed themselves within us so they could experience also. Now, I don't know the whole concept of it. I just know what it says in the scriptures. That's all I know. So, here we are. Just living your life, hating people. I don't like that. Oh, I'm so in love with him, or I'm so in love with her. Well, what is it that you want to do, honey? Well, I want to do blah, 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 which goes completely against the body. The body was made for certain things and certain things only. And you use the body the way it's supposed to be used. You use the brain the way it's supposed to be used. With love. With peace and harmony. And people aren't doing that. I mean, there are some out there that are doing that. I mean, I even catch myself at times wanting to go, and I'm working on that. We're just supposed to just live right now. Let God live right now in this moment. Because at any moment, God might decide that the experience was enough in this body, in this temple, and just leave. So we live right now. Let God live through us right now. Experience through our eyes. Experience through our ears. Speak through our mouth good things. And anything that's opposite of good, anything that's opposite of love, is the lack of love. And the lack of love and humans turn it into god-awful adventures and experiences, and using this body for God knows whatever instead of, and God has to live that. God has to live through all of that you put this body through. Sees it, hears it, feels it. And we need to get a hold of that. We need to get rid of the lack of love flowing through our brain, our words, our feelings, our actions. It's our place. He, she, male and female, trusted us enough to do right. Now, my little Sassy does right. God's consciousness lives in her. God's consciousness lives in the deer running out there in the fields. God's consciousness is running through the little stream that runs down below us. God's consciousness runs into the well, the water that's running through the ground that the well brings up. God's consciousness is in these trees out here. But we were given the ultimate ability to let God experience life through each and every one of us. So each and every one of us is the home of God, the temple of God. And it's our responsibility to treat this temple properly, to feed it properly, to not spew hate, not to spew things, because every time when we say I am, you're saying that God says it. I am. Very clearly states that to Moses. Tell everybody that I am, that I am. I am that. I am that over there. I am those words you're speaking. And the Bible very clearly states that when you pray, believe that you receive, and ask in my name. Well, his name truly is, consciousness is, I am. I am. I am here in this moment. I am here in this now. And the thoughts that we get, if they're not of love, if you can't find any love in those thoughts, then it's not God, it's us, it's our ego trying to override God's message to us to speak. That's all I know, folks. So my decision in my life has been not to cause this body, this ego, any form of stress or disharmony, that I spew hate, that I spew things and do things to this temple that God couldn't. We don't want the Creator to experience bad things. Not if we love God, like we say we love God. And if you say you love God and you hate your neighbor, if you hate anything, then I'm sorry, you don't love God. If you're not taking care of your body, you don't love God. You don't love yourself. And that was one of the very clear statements, that Yahshua, Jesus, God was speaking through Jesus to love him, with all our hearts, minds, souls, and body, and everything, and to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And if you say you love your neighbor, but no, how's that? You say you love God, but you don't love your neighbor, you don't love yourself, then you don't love God. Just that plain and simple, folks. So, the reason why I did this, taking away the stress that I can live without, try to live in peace and harmony, and just use my teeth, my top teeth, on a daily basis so that I, this body, me, can feel good enough that my ego is not going to strike out at the world, that I can let God's consciousness work through me. And that's where it comes to knowing yourself, knowing the fleshly part of you, knowing how to reduce and how to tame the flesh, how to tame the ego, how to tame the tongue, and speaking foul things out into the world. How to stop doing foul things to this temple, to this body. So, I leave you with this. As a man believes in his heart, that is the direction he will go. And if you believe you can't, then you won't be able to. But if you believe you can, you will. Because the Creator of all thought enough of us to create us and make us God's temple, God's body, to be able to get around, to be with us. Whatever happened in the beginning that was disconnected us from the Creator, God found a way to reconnect us by coming and living within us. So, love you all. Have a great day. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day, but we'll see. I'm trying not to think ahead. Whatever I'm going to do in this moment, as long as it's good, as long as it's praiseworthy, as long as I'm listening to God within me and not my own nature, my wild animalistic nature, the ego. Y'all have a great day.